You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a free Flag Friday. So excited to give away a 3x5 flag from our friends at Maximum Promotions on West Avenue in Sioux Falls. Wonderful people there. If you stop in and see them, be sure to tell them that Sunny Radio sent you, because they'll take darn good care of you. You know what? They'll take good care of you either way. But if you are named Troy Koima, you just won a flag. Yeah, congrats. Oh, hey. I'm trying that instead of, I don't know. You have to tell me which one of those works better. Probably just the clapping. But Troy, congratulations. You just won a 3x5 American flag from Maximum Promotions in Sioux Falls. And I know what you're thinking right now. If you're not Troy, you're going, well, how come he won and I didn't? Well, here's why. He registered, man. You should too. If you haven't done it yet, sunnyradio.com. You'll see a button that says win tickets and more. When you click on that, you'll see this and other stuff. And I would love for you to sign up. Again, sunnyradio.com. Click the button that says win tickets and more. And again, this is something we do each Friday. It's called Free Flag Friday from our friends at Maximum Promotions on West Avenue in Sioux Falls. Coming your way in a moment, I'm going to talk once again with Dylan Tymes. We had him on the radio last month to talk about an event that was far, far in advance. Now it's coming up Monday. Yeah, we've got a comedy benefit. It's just $5 to get in, and you're going to get like hundreds of dollars worth of comedy. I don't know how you justify what the amount that it's worth, but it's worth a lot more than $5. If you get a chance, get out on Monday night and join us for this event. Stick around. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Excited to have Dylan Tymes joining us once again. He's a very funny local comedian, and he's got a benefit coming up on Monday. Dylan, welcome back to the program.
Thank you. Very excited to do this. This is awesome.
And for those of you who have not yet had a chance to meet Dylan, I hope you get out and see him on Monday for this benefit that he's doing. I've had a chance to work with Dylan a few times. He's a young man, and he's doing a bunch of shows in this area, and it's not just him, but he's bringing a bunch of people together for a good cause. I think that is very commendable, and it's awesome that you're doing this at such a young age.
Oh, that's really nice. I'm trying my best.
And you've been doing a lot of comedy shows in the area, but the one that you're doing on Monday is kind of near and dear to you. So we're going to talk about why you're doing the show first, and then we're going to circle back and talk about when it is and where it is and all of that. So let's talk about, why did you decide to put on this particular show on Monday?
First, I'm a Native American comedian. I'm from Pine Ridge, South Dakota, and the tribe I'm from is Ogallala Sioux. When I started doing comedy 3 years ago, I wanted to always try and do something that's bigger than me. Bear Project, they're a nonprofit in Pine Ridge, South Dakota. And I've witnessed this happen firsthand. I could start with the story. It's 2 years ago, they had a benefit for Pine Ridge in Chicago, Illinois. And the two ladies in charge, Tiny and Eileen, they chose me, of all people, to fly to Chicago and represent my tribe in our hometown. And there was other Native comedians there too, from Indianapolis, Cincinnati, from Chicago itself. And I really got to represent, and it was pretty cool. But unfortunately, back last year in November, Eileen passed away, and that stuck with me. And I told Tiny earlier this year when I visited home that I wanted to do something cool in her honor, but I also wanted to honor every other relative we lost, because I feel like everybody's experienced grief. Me personally, my grandparents, but I know we're deeply affected, and we try to carry their spirits forward by doing cool stuff. And the story that I wanted to say was that this Bear Project, not only did they fly me out for a comedy show on our way back, flying back to South Dakota, they go to Goodwill and they get like a bunch of like Halloween costumes and decorations for all the kids back home. And this is the type of stuff that this program likes to do. They really are there for the youth of Pine Ridge, whether they're teenagers or kids. They like doing this stuff for the love of it. And one of them's gone, and that's such a pillar to the reservation. But I feel like it's like our time to like come together and step up. I can't be like them, but I could do stuff in my own way by using comedy, and maybe hopefully in the future using pro wrestling too.
I love that. I think that's really, really cool. Again, the event is for the Bear Project at the Pine Ridge Reservation, but the event is happening in Sioux Falls, and it's going to be at Lucky's, downtown Sioux Falls, in the basement. It's a great location for a comedy show, isn't it?
Yes, no, that's like one of my favorite rooms. It's the coolest venue, and if we could get a ton of people in there, it's going to be $5 to get in. I'm trying to pack it with as much comics as people can see so they could be showcased. And all the proceeds will go directly to the Bear Project. So you know where your money's going. It's going to go towards the youth of the reservation.
And again, it is coming up October 9th. That's a Monday night. But that you picked that day specifically because, again, there's some significance to that day, isn't there?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
So, again, Monday, October 9th, and a lot of folks have that day off work. Not everybody, but, some folks have that day off work. So if you've got the day off work, when you have that day, that long weekend, just remember, hey, I can end my long weekend by doing something really fun, watching stand-up comedy, helping benefit the Bear Project, and having a really, really, really good time. And you priced it, I think, so low. $5 is an amazingly low price. If they want to give more, though, they can, right?
Absolutely.
And again, Dylan Tymes is the gentleman we're talking to right now. You're one of many comedians that are performing that night. Do you know exactly how many? Because there's a big, long list, isn't there?
Honestly, I lost count at 10, so I put and more. And I have it designed like a music festival, so it's going to be like a ton of names. But all the comics, they're only going to do 5 minutes at a time, so I want to showcase as much people as I can.
I think it's going to be a really good time. I'm excited to help with it. It's coming up on Monday night. Again, I've got a link to this at SiouxFallsComedy.com. And again, Dylan, thank you so much for putting your heart into this. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for this.
Again, our guest today has been Dylan Tymes. The event is coming up this coming Monday. It's October 9th. You can get all of the details at SiouxFallsComedy.com. And I've got a link also at Facebook.com/SunnyRadio and Facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
This day in Sioux Falls history is brought to you by Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3. It was on this date, October 6th, 1939, the old East Side Athletic Field is named Howard Wood Stadium in honor of the teacher and the coach and the role model who had served the city of Sioux Falls for over 30 years at that point. Reaching all the way back to before the turn of the century, the East Side Athletic Field was the site of about every major outdoor sporting event in Sioux Falls. The field was located near the intersection of Cliff Avenue and 10th Street on the grounds where the DHS buildings stand today. And while there were some other smaller local baseball fields or racetracks in the early days, football, baseball, track and field, cross country, and even recreation sports were all hosted at the East Side Field. When Howard Wood Sr. signed on as athletic director of Washington High School in the early years of the 1900s, the East Side Athletic Field became his second home. So fittingly, after hundreds of wins, a handful of defeats, and countless hours of practices and prep times, 30 years later the field was renamed Howard Wood Stadium, after the man who probably quite literally had put his blood and sweat and tears into that field, and more importantly, into the young athletes that he had mentored throughout all of the various sports he coached. This day in Sioux Falls history has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Hey, this episode of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour is done. Now, there are times during the bonus hour I'll mention something from our regular program, the John and Heidi Show, which is syndicated on like 300 stations around the country. There's actually a podcast for that as well. So if I mention something that you're going, hey, whatever happened? He didn't talk to that person, or this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You can find that podcast at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour.